McLaren's running on the third day of pre-season testing stopped just before lunch because of a problem with Fernando Alonso's Honda engine. Testing can be an event for sitting around drinking coffee and the like, and McLaren's drivers have had more time to do that than they would care for this week. Fernando Alonso encountered problems with his McLaren Honda during day 3 of pre-season testing. Alonso left and Jenson Button right have been restricted to just 6 laps each on the first 2 days, but the mechanics have had a busy time. A night shift worked hard on Monday to rectify the problems that limited Alonso and Jenson Button to just 6 laps each on the first 2 days in Jerez. It seemed as if they had turned a corner on Tuesday, as Alonso put in 32 laps before the gremlins struck. He had just begun a timed run when he felt something awry with the car, said a McLaren spokesman. He returned the car to the garage, where we discovered a loss of cooling water pressure. Fixing the issue required the removal of the power unit, a lengthy change that we couldn't have completed in time for the car to return to the track today. Nevertheless, it's a fixable problem, and we'll get things replaced ahead of Jenson's final run in the car tomorrow. Nico Rosberg drives his Mercedes around the track during day 3 of the testing in Jerez. McLaren were 14 seconds off the pace set by Felipe Nasr of Sauber, but the British team remain optimistic of being strong by the first race in Melbourne on March 15, despite Honda only returning to the sport this year, 12 months after all the rival engine manufacturers began to compete under the new regulations. While Mercedes continued to clock up more miles than anyone else, Ferrari are happy with the progress. Driver Kimi Raikkonen said the car was a completely different story from last year's. He added, "There are a lot of good points in the areas where we had difficulties last time." Rosberg talks to the media after day 3 of the 2015 Formula 1 pre-season testing. It's early days and the circuit mostly stayed damp today, but we had good running and got some mileage. Mercedes' Nico Rosberg, who was third fastest behind Nasr and Raikkonen, added his voice to the positive noises, saying the Ferrari's pace was an eye-opener. Raikkonen's contract is due to expire at the end of the season, with Lewis Hamilton a possible candidate to replace him. Raikkonen, a placid Finn, merely said, "If it goes badly and I don't sign it, then I don't sign it. It's not the end of